Inmates in prison are being starved to death. Hey guys, hope you're all well. I'm Charles and you're watching IO. Whilst you're here, don't forget to hang around till the end of the video so I can respond to some of my favourite comments. Recent footage has emerged showing inmates at a prison in Venezuela who are apparently starving to death. Footage was reportedly filmed by inmate Franklin Paul Hernandez Quezad and smuggled out in an attempt to show the world's media what is happening. The prison is located in San Juan de los Morros, Etobicoke, which is a large state in central Venezuela. Economic crisis is one of the main contributing factors behind what appears to be happening in the video. The video begins by showing several inmates lining up to show their emaciated bodies and pleading for help. You can clearly see the rib cages of the inmates and their thin, wasted away arms with lack of muscle. Emaciation of this level is only caused by severe malnourishment and starvation and is a result of all the fatty tissue and muscle beneath the skin wasting away. We are then shown an entire room full of inmates in exactly the same state and a very thin man pleads to the camera explaining their situation. As he does this, a man who is too weak to stand is lifted into a chair by another man. The men in the room continue to beg for help from the outside world as more of them are revealed. The video then cuts to scenes of men being fed some sort of gruel from a bucket, very much Oliver Twist style. The men all stand around patiently, some wearing surgical masks, perhaps in an attempt to avoid the disease that is said to be rife in the prison. By the end of the video, it is very clear that the situation is reaching a very critical point in the prison and something must be done soon to avoid it getting even more out of control. Further disturbing images have been released that show the apparent gaunt dead body of an inmate who died of starvation and disease. All of this is unacceptable. These men are in the care of their government, regardless of the situation and reason behind that, and they should be able to rely on that government to provide them with the needs to survive if they are expected to serve their punishment in prison. If it cannot do this, what right does it have to keep them locked up and unable to attempt to provide for themselves? It is a massive violation of their basic rights as human beings. One of the leading causes of the lack of food and medical care is the current economic crisis that is happening in Venezuela, caused by bad choices and reliance on oil reserves and foreign debt under the leadership of Hugo Chavez. The country is now being forced to ration basic foods and deal with regular riots and the looting of stores. Basic foods now cost on average 22 times the national minimum wage due to inflation. It is not just in prisons that people are starving, but all across the country. The difference is the men in the prison are unable to go out and find food for themselves. From the footage, it would appear that the prisoners are currently quite calm and cooperative with the staff in the prison, possibly because they are too weak to do otherwise, but surely it's only a matter of time before things begin to turn ugly. You cannot keep such a large number of human beings, especially some who may have violent pasts, from basic human needs for so long without expecting some sort of revolt somewhere down the line. Venezuela, according to sources, is apparently the 9th most corrupt country in the world. The current government, led by Nicolas Maduro, who was bequeathed power by Chavez, is said to be funneling millions out of the country's economy, and a large number of officials are said to be involved with drug smuggling. A referendum petition has been put forward by the opposition, but it is being made extremely difficult to pass by officials involved in the process. The state of Venezuela in general is extremely saddening, and this video is yet more evidence that something needs to be done to fix it. Hopefully the opposition government are able to get Maduro to step down and begin to make amends to the state of the country. So thanks for sticking around to the end of the video, guys. Now I'm going to respond to some of your comments from previous videos. First up, Tyler Stan asked, what do you think happens to the items in the washer when it explodes? Referring to the washing machines in the video I made about Samsung products exploding. Well, Tyler, I have a theory. So you know when you wash your socks and sometimes, mostly all of the time, you only get one back or they just disappear altogether? Well, I think when the washing machine explodes, all the clothes and stuff inside actually get teleported to the same dimension that your missing socks get teleported to, and then they all just kind of live there happily forever after, not being worn and forever staying clean. I mean, that's my theory anyway. Next up, Shadow Star asks, would you rather have one arm and two legs or two legs and one arm? This one's quite easy for me. I think I'd definitely rather have one arm and two legs. At least then I could still like walk around quite easily enough, and also it 100% leaves open an option for me to get a cool robotic arm that I could use to crush my enemies. A little bit like Luke Skywalker's like robotic hand, but much better. And finally, in response to my review of the new Google Pixel phone, Thunder HD said, honestly, I could care less. People should be outside enjoying nature, not staring at their phones all day. Oh my god. What? I've just had an epiphany. Thank you so much, Thunder. I'm done, guys. I'm going outside to be one with nature. Technology is dead to me. Goodbye.